I'm very pleased to be here on My Magical Thing with Mariana Pinzón, integration and transformational coach, chaos surfer, chaos magician with the German section of the Magical Pact, the Illuminates of Thanateros, Discordian witch, 8-circuit model geek, cacao mama, and member of the core team of the Psychedelic Society in Berlin. Mariana, it's lovely to have you here.
Lovely to be here, Julian.
My dear friend,
Mm.
it is time for me to ask, please, Mariana, may we see your magical thing?
Yes, Julian, you may see my magical thing. It's a little bit big.
Oh,
A staff of chaos.
pray, sister, tell us the story of the Staff of Chaos.
Oh, yes, it's a very good story because this staff is, I think, the artifact that respawned my magical self.
Mm.
So I got this artifact, let me think, I think it was 2014. 2014, no, it might be, no, 2015, yeah. And I got it as a prop for a live action role-playing game that I was invited to after I spent some time at a psychosomatic clinic for having a burnout. I was playing at the games of politics, and funny enough, the one of the main characters of her party group organization invited me to this role-playing game, and it was a setting of a rebellion of the peasants against a monastery of the goddess of wisdom. And I was like, hey, can I play the rebel leader? And he's like, nah, we didn't want to cast that character, but would you be willing to play in the fraction of the old goddess? And I was like, well, the old goddess, well, maybe, let me take a look. So I took a look at the old goddess of this role-playing game world, which is a world that has existed since 2091. And it was a goddess of chaos named Fractala.
Mm.
And I kind immediately fell in love with her. I had already had my touch in with the Discordianism and Eris, and so a lot of this anarchic, loving, colorful dancer on the colors, not choosing between light and dark, kind of wild love goddess. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll play in the fraction of the old goddess. And he was like, would you be willing to play the priestess of chaos? We hadn't had a priestess of chaos in the game world for a while. And I was like, sure, I'll play priestess of chaos. Why not? And he then asked, would you like to have an easy experience or an interesting experience in this game? And I just cackled. So they moved me pretty deep into the plot and gave me the staff. And the story of the staff was that there had been a staff of order in this world, but there had not been a staff of chaos. So my character, that was a background story, created the staff with their mentor, and I was giving it. So it was like a freshly spawned artifact of chaos coming back into this magical world. And I played this character for about 5 days straight. It was like a live action role-playing game. So this is kind of immersive experience where you go all in, interact out of that character for that while. And I created a couple of rituals and just make-believe rituals. And whereas invented rituals, really. I played around with the staff and and summoned the goddess of chaos and the god of Wahnsinn is the crazy, right? We go crazy. and somehow stuff happened. Like, the room became very dense. Other players were like, what the fuck just happened in this ritual? Stuff felt like very weird. I was like very exhausted also after the ritual, so like there was a big expenditure of energy. And it was a very intense game for me. I was like hunted also by the lights of the Knights of Light and everything. They wanted to burn me as the witch of the Chaos Witch. So it was a super intense experience. And when I returned to consensus reality, I sort of had like a hard time to let go of that. I was bound to start writing a PhD, and I was just like, no, I don't think I can do that anymore. So I had like this epiphany that I was going to move to Berlin and work for the German Hemp Association to dedicate myself to liberate marijuana. Just like that. And I had like, it's not this, but I had been given a Chaos Star, a Chaos Sphere pendant that I carried a long time on the staff as well. And somehow I couldn't take that off after that character game. Like I kept wearing that pendant, and that pendant is like I went to a shamanic fire ceremony at some point, and the person that was organizing that just saw that pendant and he was like, "Are you part of the IoT?" And I was like, "What? Peyote? What?" And he's like, no, the IoT, it's like an order of chaos magicians, like an order of chaos magicians. It's like an oxymoron, right? Like, or you mean the OTO? No, I mean the IoT. It's like the Illuminates of Thanateros. And me as a Discordian, what? The Illuminati? No, they are the enemy. How dare you? But when I went home, I started like Googling the IoT and then went on the webpage, and there it was, the Chaos Star. I was like, fuck.
Wow.
So I applied and I got initiated, and it's all because of this Staff of Chaos.
Mariana, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that story. I really like how that goes from, live action role play. Like that's a deep immersion 5-day ritual that ends up with you popping out and into consensus reality, which now includes the magical pact, the Illuminates of Thanateros. So that's rather good, isn't it? Well done. Well done.
I really like how that works, like, I mean, there's so much of reality that we don't perceive, right? That is like occult to us. And then suddenly you have an experience, something shifts in you, and the filters of perception just change, and things that you were not aware of before suddenly pop up and come into your reality. Yeah, it's just fantastic how that kind of magic works.
Can we have another quick look at the staff?
Yes.
The staff of chaos, the staff of the priestess of the goddess of chaos, capable of transforming the universe from fiction to reality and reality to fiction. And
Yes.
of course, it is all the same, all one thing. Oh, my dear friend, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us your amazing magical thing.
Welcome. Happy to be here, and thank you for having me, Julian.
My friend, thanks very much. See you soon. Much love.
Much love.